Hey everyone, it's Libby from Master Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people and huge welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Over the 1,000. I am so humbled and slightly shocked, so thank you, thank you. Don't forget, if you make a comment under any of this week's videos, you'll go into the draw for one of 2 free readings, so I'm really looking forward to that. Pages and pages so far, and I write them down myself because I like to be able to get know the names, get familiar with the names of those of you who are on watching my channel, because we are a community. Huge thanks also to Danny Shea, who did my very first and only collaboration and really got me started so forever long ago, and to Denise from Spiritual Growth Tarot. Thank you so much to both of you for your inspiration, your guidance, and your support. Love, love, love. Okay, what I'm going to have a quick look at, again, I still have a big list on my page. For those that are new, this is what my notebook looks like. My notebook looks like when I'm doing readings, literally a line, 2 lines at the most, on the topic I want to read on, because I don't want to bring any biases into these readings. So I don't do deep research, I just do a glance over. And if it has caught my attention, it means that I'm supposed to read on it. So, topics I'm going to have a look at today. Okay, first up, I'm going to have a look at Missouri legislators. So, what's happened, popped up in my news feed. So, in Missouri, which had one of the most oppressive abortion ban legislations of all the states in the US, when Roe versus Wade was canned, for want of a better word, literally the next day the legislators there brought forward a bill to ban all abortions except for in medical emergencies. Now what's happened is there's a group of US religious leaders that have come together and are taking this bill, this legislation, to the Missouri Supreme Court, claiming or citing that the legislators are forcing their religious beliefs onto others who don't have the same religious beliefs. Well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. But what's, sorry, excuse my French. So I just want to see how that court case is actually going to go. Sorry, I'll lean over here, grab my Lightseers Tarot, because that's what I'm drawn to in this particular reading. Pop the box over there. Now what it is especially the Jewish community. So there are other states that are facing similar court challenges. Kentucky was one of them. I can't Mississippi perhaps was another. I can't remember. I did read a list of them, but it was the Missouri one that was just really caught my attention because of the depth of the oppression in that particular state and the speed at which they moved, etc. So especially considering the Jewish community, they don't believe that a life is actually a life until such time as the child is born and taken its first breath, whether that's a premature baby at 22 weeks or whether that's a full term. So what their argument is that based on religious grounds, they are opposed to this ban. So what's happened is it's the Jewish leaders, the Muslim leaders, and I believe there are other spiritual leaders involved as well. So I just want to have a look to see what outcome we're going to look at in regards to this particular lawsuit. Now I do apologise if you're a bit wobbly. My card table is literally on its last legs. Okay, I want to have a look at how is this Missouri, the religious leaders. Okay, what's popped out that I didn't even notice till I glanced down is the Nine of Wands. It is about setting up new boundaries. New boundaries being set up, and I'm just not sure which side that's on, so we'll see where it leads. Tell me about this court case in Missouri. Hey guys, boys are here, they're always here. How is this court case in Missouri going to play out? The religious leaders versus state legislators in regards to the abortion ban. Come on guys, give me some cards. How is the abortion ban legislation? Right. Independence. Gilded cage is the signifier. Okay. Crossed by, literally a crossroads, a legal crossroads moment where the blindfold is going to be taken off and the truth is going to be exposed. Okay, thank you. What I'm getting, actually I got this when I turned this card over, but I just thought I'd see where it leads. That this is the legislators in their independent gilded cage taking no notice of the actual opinion of people. And then we have, this is going to be a crossroads case where the blindfold is going to be removed and the truth is going to be exposed. Yeah, base of the reading, Eight of Wands, magic will happen. I think this is going to be positive in overturning the legislation. But we'll see where it leads. In the past, walking a tightrope, again another two, crossroads moment. Financial crossroads, is it their donors? Is it the legislators' donors that have supported this legislation that went through? It was put through to appease the donors, the big donors. I don't know who the big donors are in Missouri. Be quite interesting to have a look. But that's what the boys are telling me in regards to this. A harsh truth is going to come forward. Things are going to move very quickly. The truth is going to move forward very quickly, which is crowning the reading. It's the energies over this entire reading. Okay, thank you. What they're telling me is that it's going to move very quickly and it's going to be based in legal, not religious decision. I'm getting that the state court, the Supreme Court of the state, is going to fall back into the religious, going to fall back into the legalese of it, the legality of this legislation. Okay. Immediate future, we have the Lovers. And I love that this card is a diversity card as well. So it is about working together, contracts and agreements externally. Yes, externally. A new beginning in regards to health, but also the planting and nurturing and growing internally. Seedy underbelly is going to be exposed. This thing's going to come out about the Missouri legislators that they don't particularly want to come out, I think. This sort of information. So there is going to be things brought to the surface, exposed, to the fully illuminated, and then dealt with. Hello. Yes, coming over for a cuddle. There's something that's going to be brought to the surface. There's a lot of emotion wrapped up in this as well because we have so much water in this card. It's not a swampy card, it is water card. There's a lot of emotion wrapped up in this, but yes, something is going to be exposed and so it can be dealt with. in regards to women. Hopes and fears, justice. Yep. A rebalancing. The outcome. Okay. Dream big, guys. Dream that it is possible. This is my dream that pigs can fly card. But it's also about something is going to be brought forward out of left field and going to be exposed, which will allow movement forward. Do you like this? I'm actually feeling really positive about this. Victory. Don't need to explain that any further. Okay, there is going to be some disappointment. On whose side is this disappointment going to be? Okay, right, thank you. What the boys are telling me is that the Supreme Court, it will move forward and bring forward this magic. There will be some disappointment that it doesn't go far enough. So there still will be some restriction, I believe, on abortions. As in, okay, thank you. They're telling me it's going to be in regards to however many weeks. Okay. And then we have the King of Swords, so the prosecutors. Four of Swords, which is about nurturing and nesting, just taking a step back. There are going to be some boundaries that are going to be set, but it's going to be okay. It's the nurturing and then the slow and steady progress forward. Okay, what have we got at the base? The Hermit, which is about shining the light on the path forward, and a plan coming to fruition about choices and walking towards a new horizon. There is going to be anxiety about this as it goes forward, but I then have the Ace of Cups, which is very much a new start, a new start in relation to relationships, emotions, partnerships, and emotions. So then we have the Hanged Man. Things are going to be paused, moving on, and Temperance. Rebalancing. Can keep going with the cards in the story, but I'll just have a quick look with Pendulum just to double check. What I'm really getting out of this is that, yeah, okay, thank you, I've got it, that it will go to the Supreme Court, that the legislation will be overturned, but not as far as some would like, is what I'm getting. There may be a week limit, so abortions will be allowed up to a certain week. Now in Australia we've got it, I believe, up to 16 weeks, and I do understand that because if you think Roe versus Wade, I think it was 22 weeks or something like that. With the advancements in technology, after 20 weeks a premature baby can be viable. It sounds awful to say that about the birth of a child. 20 weeks is viable in Australia, so in Australia they've brought it back to 16 weeks, which is 4 months, which in reality, if you have proper sex education and you understand how a female's body works, that should be theoretically long enough for someone to be aware that they are pregnant and then make arrangements. So I'll just have a look at Pendulum. I am 100% that it's a woman's choice, and that what should be the first step is actually access to birth control. But this is a start. This is a way. Preventative birth control. But let's have a look. Come on, boys, can I ask a question, please? Will the Missouri Supreme Court overturn the anti-abortion legislation? And that's a definite yes. Will they maintain some restrictions? on abortion? Will they maintain some restrictions? That's a yes. Can ask question, will these restrictions be based on the stage of the pregnancy? Will these restrictions be based on the stage of the pregnancy? And that's a yes again. Okay, we shall keep watch on that one. I'm not sure when it comes to the Supreme Court, but both the cards and pendulum are telling me that this legislation, I think it's going to be quite a defining case as well. So we'll see how it plays. Thank you for joining me. Take care. Look after yourselves.